Hello and welcome to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the mega fan of all things maritime wrestling. The name is Connor Cook, and I ain't no joke. Here to keep everyone updated on my recaps on the wrestling shows that happen each weekend, and here to preview promos and talk about the story behind the promo, and here to sit down to here to sit down and chat with all of your favorite maritime wrestlers and the personnel in the maritime wrestling scene. And I'm also here to keep you all updated on the scoop on the upcoming shows, so you don't ever miss a thing on the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast weekly show. And so this is episode 55 of the weekly show. I've been putting in a lot of work, and I've been just crazy busy writing down notes and just working hard on everything, just sharing lots of the announced matches for the shows coming up, and just had to work on some notes for the shows that were going on last weekend. So, yeah. And so, for this week's episode, we had 3 shows that I will be recapping. Capital City Wrestling Clash 46, CCW Forever, the Leo Burke East Coast Cup Memorial Cup Tournament event hosted by Dayforce Championship Wrestling at the Dalhousie University, and New Breed Wrestling Homecoming back in Debert, Nova Scotia. And excuse me. Before I start off with the shows, the results for the shows, I just want to say that so the Ghost, Ricky Mortis, the Choke Artist, Jason Boa, Sebi and Bobby Boyette, and a lot more talent from Kaizen Pro Wrestling, a few. Those 4 guys were in the Mystery Wrestling Infinite Rumble. So, it was really good. I watched a little bit of it, and it was good. Very great opportunity for Sebi and Bobby Boyette and the Ricky Mortis and the Ghost, the Choke Artist, Jason Boa. It's all great, dude. It's great opportunities for them, especially. And I think they're gonna learn lots, get better at least. But yeah, they're 4 of my favorite guys in the Maritimes too. Just just great guys. But anyways, let's talk. Let's recap the results for the shows. So, I'm gonna start off with the results from CCW Forever, the Clash 46 CCW Forever. I was at this show with my buddy. I took my buddy to his first wrestling show. He really enjoyed it. So, for the VIP, Port City's finest Caden comes out to debut his brand new single, "A Matter of Time," and also talks about his new limited mixtape that he has. It has some of his other singles that he debuted. Like there's one song I forget where it was from, but it was from Spring Breakout Clash 44. Yeah, Clash 44. And then it was his theme song there, the "My Time," "Respect My Time" by Marked by War, and one other. I think it's "My Time," the "My Time" theme from IPW. But man, it's good. And so then he talks about that, but then Patrick O'Neal's music theme hits. Freaking "Shipping Up to Boston." That's a banger song, dude. I like that song. He comes out and he challenges Caden to a match. He says he doesn't listen to rap, and that rap is crap. So that with this to start off the match, but man, I'd say this match was a 10 out of 10, especially. You got Port City's finest, Caden. Well, my favorite wrestler just in general, because, well, he's amazing, like, in the ring, and, like, his promos are freaking really amazing. Fantastic. His character, Port City's finest, is a freaking good, like, it really fits him a lot. Like, it's his character. And, pink looks super good on him, like, especially. Usually pink doesn't really look really good on men, but for Port City's finest kid, it looks really good on him. But some people may call him a pink furry flamingo or crybaby kitten, but I respect the shit out of him. And man, he really is one of my favorites in the Maritimes, especially. But like, so Patrick O'Neal defeats Port City's finest, Caden. It was a great freaking match. Great start for the VIP. Then for the second VIP match, the Maritime's strongest wrestler, Nick Strong, he beats Evan Gibbons by submission. I think it was a torture rack submission that he put him in. And I'd say this match was a 11 out of 10. Mainly because you got Evan Gibbons, who's really one of those top guys. I think that's going to be a future star. Especially for him. He's making his debut in CCW. And he's getting more bigger opportunities and learning from Nick Strong. Especially, man, it was just a great match. Nick Strong is one hell of a powerhouse, I can tell you that. And he can get the heat, especially for the heel that he is. It was a really good match. And like, Nick Strong is a hell of a powerhouse. And man, he is something. But and that was it for the VIP portion, the VIP show. But then for the main show, the opening match, we had Money Talks beat Ace Dynasty and the Real Deal Heroes to take back the NBWA Tag Team Champions titles, crowning the new NBWA Tag Team Champions, Money Talks. And so they came out with Walt Wonderful. And let me tell ya, they know how to get the heat. Great freaking faction. You got three of the best tag teams: Ace Dynasty, Money Talks, and the Real Deal Heroes. Also, all aboard the Real Deal train. Host, 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 host. Shout out to Zane, man. Oh yeah, baby. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I'd say this match was a 100 out of 10 because even though it was an opening match, holy shit, it was a really good match. Especially a lot of spots. One spot with the one Spike Esty freaking jumping off top rope and landing on Money Talks and the Real Deal Heroes. Holy, that was like one big spot that everyone popped for. But then there was another spot where the Real Deal Heroes and were attacking Kerry Killam on the barricade, and they weren't paying attention. Right behind them, so like Big Bad LG got in the ring with Slick McGrick and got covered for the pin. 1, 2, 3, bam, bam! It was new tag team champions were crowned. Especially, you put the tag team championships around LG and Kerry Killam, who are like, man, my top favorite heel wrestlers in the Maritimes, especially in as Money Talks with Walt Wonderful. They really do get the heat. They got a lot of heat from the fans at the show when they took the tag team titles, and it was great. But actually, during the after the match, Zane Valentine came over to me and he asked me if that was his fault for not like paying attention, because he was attacking him and Pat were attacking Kerry Killam, and I said, no, it's not your fault, man. No, it's not your fault. He gave me a fist bump, and then Walt Wonderful came over, and then Big Bad LG came over, and Logan Green came over and said, Money Talks is back on top. Isn't that right, Connor? And that's just great. Especially, my buddy was super surprised at how popular I am with the wrestlers, especially how known I am, I should say. And well, that's why I do. That's why I do podcasting for a reason, to showcase all the talent here and talk about all the wrestling shows that were going on. And yeah, like that. Like this match, like it was a great way to end the feud with Ace Dynasty and the Real Deal Heroes. Although the Real Deal Heroes should have had a little more, held the titles a little bit more longer, but I mean, hey, they're still all champions. Even Ace Dynasty are always champions too. But man, it was good. I'd say match of the night, especially for that specific reason. Lots of spots. But then we got Horsepower Hunter Sampson beating Anthony Deuce Harlem, and this was my very first time seeing Anthony Deuce Harlem wrestle for the first time, and I would have to say this match, he was amazing. I was very impressed and super, very amazed with his performance in the ring. Especially, he's built like a powerhouse, and he's really good, especially. But this match was a 10 out of 10, especially. You got the former NBWA River Valley champion, Horsepower Hunter Sampson. He's always kicked ass, especially for Anthony Deuce Harlem to give Hunter the push. It's great. It's great though, especially learning lots about Hunter and just getting better though too. And then next match was the NBWA River Valley Championship match. NBWA River Valley Champion, the Alberta Clipper Chevron, he beat Shizenko to retain the NBWA River Valley Championship. So this was actually my very first time seeing Shizenko, and I say this match was it was 100 out of 10 because you got a lot of heat from the crowd, especially for Chevron. People were saying, go back to Alberta, and the Alberta sucks, and so on. So, getting to eat the Chevron, and it was just super funny, just very entertaining. And for Shizenko to learn that for my very first time seeing Shizenko, I have to say I was really amazed with this performance. Another powerhouse kind of guy too. Really good. I definitely love to see him again. And just overall, he had a great match. And Chevron, but let me tell you about Chevron, dude. Chevron is another top favorite wrestler of mine because he's got the River Valley Championship. Defending that lot, especially, he looked really good on him, and he's just one of those great freaking guys that is great in the ring and just gets the heat though too, which is awesome, especially at any company. But for CCW, he got the most heat. But yeah. And then for this match, it was the NBWA Women's Championship unification match. Before the match started, NBWA board member Jim Gray came out to address the crowd on what happened at Clash 45, the Royal Challenge with the NBWA Women's Championship match, ending with Salem and Stormy Hill crowned as the new women's co-champions. So they thought it would be good just to unify those titles together, and wow. Jim Gray also had like a box. He was carrying a box with him into the ring, and people were saying, "Open the box, open the box." And then he opened the box, and he took out the brand new, undisputed NBWA Women's Championship match. Now, this belt was beautiful. It was gorgeous, especially the purple strap with the Canada flag on for the side plate, on one side for the side plate, and then the New Brunswick flag for the other side plate. And it's just basically like the basic women's champions, but it was really nicer, especially. And so Salem Wilder defeats Stormy Hill to become the brand new undisputed NBWA Women's Champion. Mainly, so she takes the Women's Championship back, and it's great to see the NBWA the women's gold around Salem. Another great talent, like wrestler in the women's division, especially. Salem is like she really fits the role. She really gets the pop from the crowd, and especially for this feud to end with Salem Wilder taking the title back, it was really awesome. I legit thought that we were going to see Stormy Hill around the undisputed NBWA Women's Championship around Stormy Hill, but apparently I was wrong. That was the whole other way. That was just weird, but good for Salem. And congratulations to Salem Wilder. And, yeah, so then, next match, well, it was intermission. So, for intermission, I got to got to see Evan Givens, got a picture with him. I got to meet Anthony Deuce Harlem, got to see and chat with Horsepower Hunter Sampson, and I got to see Port City's finest, my man, Port City's finest Caden. Always great seeing everyone at the shows, especially. But yeah, that's when I got the new mixtape there for Port City's finest. I gotta give her a listen. And yeah, so the next match after intermission, Oscar Ironside beat Chris Lewis beat Big Dan McCullough by countout. Now for specifically for but what that meant specifically was Chris Lewis pinned Big Dan McCullough's foot right on the mat, like on ringside. He was holding down the Big Dan McCullough's foot while he was trying to get up in the ring, and that's what caused the count out. And then like after the match got counted out, Dan and Chris Lewis were arguing about stuff, and then Oscar Ironside came out of the ring and started beating the crap out of freaking the Big Dan McCullough, and they brought him back into the ring, and the bell was still ringing. They had to ring the bell. It was brutal. It was brutal, but it was really interesting, especially seeing Oscar Ironside as the heel. I think he plays it really perfectly. He does it really good. He's another powerhouse kind of guy, especially for him to be accompanied by Chris Lewis. It's a great thing. It's a great thing for Oscar Ironside to be learning from Chris Lewis. But also, like, Big Dan McCullough, dude, what can I say? Oh man, the guy gets popped from the crowd. The guy is over in CCW. I pop for him too. He is another one of the greatest freaking guys, especially since his debut back in the Monster Mash Rumble. He still gets a pop, and holy, it's just great seeing him. Especially he's a former CFL player too, which is awesome. Canadian Football League, so yeah. But yeah, I'd say this match would be 10 out of 10, especially just to end the match with the whole like ruckus going on. But yeah, and then Larry Horowitz defeats Shano. It was great seeing Shano back. Always really love seeing him, especially I haven't seen him for a while since I remember he wrestled Patrick O'Neal down like at the Great Canadian Clash event. That was like last year, the summer of last year when they had Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys before he was arrested. But yeah, I'm not gonna go with that. But yeah, always nice to see Larry Horowitz, dude. Larry Horowitz is another one of my favorite. He just reminds me of Wayne Jugs, especially that but it's in CCW, especially his music hits and the crowd gets up and dances and people start chanting Larry, Larry, Larry. It's kind of like that vibe. Yeah, it was really good, especially for him to take on Shano. That's great. Like, I have a lot of big respect for Shano. Always nice seeing Shano back and Larry Horowitz. I respect both of them. Lots of newfound respect for a lot of talent. And then for the main event, this was a little bit of a mishap, but Scotty Crew beat Rugged Rick Owens by DQ, but Rugged Rick Owens still holds the NBWA Heavyweight Championship. But yeah, this was this was the most confusing part, especially because with the whole storyline with Scotty Crew and Rugged Rick Owens, that was just a whole other thing. I legit thought Scotty Crew was gonna take the freaking the heavyweight championship off Rugged Rick Owens, but the feud's got to end somehow. But yeah, so even before the match started, Scotty Crew was accompanied by Chevron. So Chevron came in and he got ejected. The referee ejected him out, or I should say, kicked him out of the match. And then the match, there was a lot of great spots, though, with both Scotty Crew and Rugged Rick Owens. It was just great main event, especially. It's the third match wrestling, not third match, but third time wrestling each other since they've had a big time feud, back when Scotty Crew was champion. And it was pretty good. But then, Chevron, during the match, I think it was halfway through the match, Chevron came out and interfered with the match. Well, mainly what happened was he pulled the ref out of the ring and interfered with the match until Horsepower Hunter Sampson came out and chased after Chevron all around the ring and then back into the backstage, which was, dang, it's crazy. And then Hunter Sampson came up into the ring and talked about some stuff about their upcoming match with him, with Rugged Horsepower versus Crude Oil, and for, I think it was Shredderton, or probably July 25th. I think it's Summer Clash or something. But man, let me tell you, it was a great storyline. It was a part of the storyline, but it was a great freaking way to end the show. But could have ended up with the new NBWA Heavyweight Championship, but you still got Rugged Rick Owens still has to have his reign, especially. a lot of respect for Rick Owens and Scott Lee Crew. The main event match was 100 out of 10, especially with the feud. Like I said, with the feud and with the whole storyline with Chevron and Horsepower Hunter Sampson, leading up to the tag team match. It's gonna be good. It was pretty good. And so, that was it for CCW forever. The next show is July 27th. Oh, no, not July 27th. June 27th, which will be their Shredderton 2 event back in the Tannery in downtown Shredderton, New Brunswick. And the next event is July 25th. I think it's probably going to be Summer Clash, or I'm not sure, but yeah, it'll be good. Then, so on that same night, we had Dave Bush, the Leo Burke East Coast Memorial Cup Tournament, back down at the Dalhousie University, the McInnes Room, I think. Yeah. So I want to say a big thank you to Corey Bochor, the Maritime Warrior, or Shugani, from the unofficial Maritime Wrestling Podcast, for sending me the results for the East Coast the Leo Burke East Coast Memorial Cup tournament show. The results for the matches were: Hollywood Cole beat Chip Chambers. Dead End Dawson James beat Tommy Starr. The Bloodfeather, Bryce Durning beat Lichtenstein. Well, it was specifically supposed to be Dick Durning, but Dick Durning addressed the crowd that he was due to an injury. He was wasn't gonna be able to attend, but his son, Bryce Durning, stepped in and took his place. Then Ethan Knight beat Jonathan Cross, Dawson James, and then for the Dawson James beat Hollywood Cole for the semifinal, and then for the finals, for the East Leo Burke Memorial Cup match, Dawson James beat Ethan Knight, and he is your winner of the 2026 Leo Burke Cup winner. There were a lot of Maritime Wrestling legends around. No Class Bobby Bass, Wild Man Gary Williams, the Big Pitcher Chris Cook, the Cardinal Sinners Mike Hughes and Brody Steele, the family of Leo Burke, a lot more guys, a lot of the guys. There was Pretty Boy Chuck Sims. There was Big Steve Piderpaw, but he was unavailable to go because I think it was on the live stream. Yeah, it was on the live stream before the Leo Burke show that he had a surgery. But yeah, I think this is a great thing to do for Dave Boyce to do this kind of stuff, like especially to do a Memorial Cup, like an East Coast Memorial Cup tournament for in memory of Leo Burke, who was a big name in the Maritimes, especially a legend, I should say. But sorry about that, but man, big thank you to Dave Boyce for everything that he did. Mr. David A. Boyce for, yeah. But yeah, he does a lot, especially for him doing this. It's really means a lot to Maritime Wrestling, the wrestlers, and the whole other stuff, Leo Burke's family and stuff. It's awesome, man, that they're doing this to honor the memory of Leo Burke. So then the New Breed Wrestling Homecoming. For the VIP. I want to say a big thank you to Kale Langil, for sending me the results for the New Breed Wrestling shows. He posted it on his story on Instagram. So for the VIP, Ryan Schimmel beat and Joey White beat Oliver Hansen and Ryan McGrath. It was actually supposed to be Ryan Schimmel versus Ryan McGrath, but it'll probably have to switch it up and turn it into a tag team match. It's pretty cool. Bobby Boyette beat Justine Ward. This was for the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit Championship match. Sebi beat Sydney Sweetie to retain the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit Championship. Then, the Riddick Stone and Rodeo Rockstars beat The Reckoning. It's Bad Thad Howard, the Ghost Ricky Mortis, and Ryan Storm. And then Old School Andre Meyer defeats Evan Wolf in the New Breed Wrestling Street Fight match. So I think this is going to be this was a great show, especially from what I saw. Stacked crowd, especially lots of big names like Riddick Stone, who was a very big name. And for him to wrestling down in New Breed Wrestling, it's big. But like, kudos to all the wrestlers, kudos to all the guys in New Breed Wrestling for doing this. And I thought we were gonna see like legit, like I thought like Bad Thad Howard was gonna defend the New Breed Wrestling heavyweight championship, and I thought the New Breed Wrestling tag team champions, the Reckoning, was Ghost, Rick and Mortis, and the Ryan Storm were gonna freaking defend the tag team titles, but it really wasn't. But at least we did get the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit Championship. Sebi, I don't really see Sebi losing the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit Championship. He's been having a great run with it, defending the titles a lot, especially for him to defend it against Sydney Sweetie, who was another like one of those newer talents from like Kaizen Pro Wrestling. It's really cool, and especially for Ryan Schimmel to take on, like, for him to team up with Joey White and take on Oliver Hansen, another newcomer, and Ryan McGrath, two of the newcomers. Not newcomers, but like young guns, I should say. They've really learned a lot, especially kudos to them. And that's mostly, that's about the shows that I had to, for me to recap. So, for that, let's get on to the promo of the week.
Howdy, folks. This here's the Wanted Man, Ryan Denham, rounding us all up. so we can sit back, relax, and listen to the state of the Maritime Wrestling Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Giddy up.
For this week's promo of the week, we got lots of big promos that I will be previewing. For promo of the week, we got a promo from Chip Chambers on his match against IHW Heavyweight Champion TNA star Cody Deaner at IHW Riverview Sunfest 2026. Then also we got a promo from the Alberta Clipper Chevron on his match against for the IHW Honor Championship against Lucha Man Fantana at Riverview Sunfest. And also he did a promo with Scotty Crew for their match at Shredderton 2. NBW New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association presents Shredderton 2. And also we got a promo from Stormy Hale on her match at Shredderton 2 and for Capital City Wrestling and New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association presents Canada Day Clash 2. And also she also did a promo with Scotty Crew on their new mixed tag team match, the intergender tag team match against the One, Spike SD, and your local girl, Salem Wilder, the undisputed NBWA Women's Champion at Mayhem in Minto 6. Yeah. Then we got a promo from the choke artist Jason Barr on his match in the triple threat match against the Ghost Ricky Mortis and the veteran Jack Vaughn at Island Pro Wrestling Game Over. Then we got the Clash Talk with Tanya segment where she interviewed NBWA Heavyweight Champion Rugged Rick Owens with Horsepower Hunter Sampson, and she also interviewed Scotty Crew. We got a promo from CGPW Heavyweight Champion Anthony Deuce Harlem, and we got a promo from No Border Wrestling International Champion Cody Uno Ocho on his match at Wrestling in Windsor Canada Day Carnage 2, I think. And then we got a promo from Ignatius Beale, who is the handler for the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, on the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine getting more opportunities and for IPW at IPW Game Over. And also we got a promo video from the IPW World Heavyweight Champion, the Raw, the International Draw, August Artois. Then we got a promo from CGPW owner Joe Dunlap and CGPW Ultraviolet Champion, the Bully Matt Bullen, on their match at LMC. Plus promo video from Corey Good as well, the Donaire Beast. So a lot of big stories going on with all these promos. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of lots of big stuff going on, especially with Chip Chambers in his rematch for the ICW Heavyweight Championship. I feel like we might see. Will Chip Chambers take back his ICW Heavyweight Championship, or will Cody Deaner successfully defend it at ICW Riverview Sunfest? And Will we see the Honor Championship, the IW Honor Championship around the Alberta Clipper chevron, or will the Lucha Man Fantana successfully defend it again? And yeah, all these are great promos, but I think promo of the week, jeez, there's a lot of great ones that I really want to pick. But for promo of the week, it will go to the Chokers, Jason Boa, on his match with on his triple threat match against the Ghost Ricky Mortis and the veteran Jack Vaughn. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to promo of the week. Now let's get on with the previews. So the upcoming shows coming up June 26th, this Friday, I believe. IHW Riverview Sunfest will be going on at the Coverdale Rec Center in Riverview, New Brunswick, where we're going to see, for the Mega Pass matches, we're going to see Hunter Sampson take on Sebastian Amore. Shino with Sebi will be taking on Big Bad LG. Logan Green with AWOL, always watch over Logan. Pete LeBlanc and Ryan McGrath. Then for the main show, we're going to see the IHW Tag Team semi-final matches, where we're going to see the Durnings, Dick and Dryce Durning versus the Hateful Dead, the Ghost Ricky Mortis, and the Mauler James Manning. Then we're going to see Perfect Storm, Julian Young, and Ryan Storm take on Pretty in Pink, Port City's finest, Caden and Johnny Fugazi. Then we're gonna see the reveal of the brand new IHW Tag Team Championships from the IHW GM Remy Petit. Then we're gonna see the IHW Women's Championship, where IHW Women's Champion Ronnie Payne will be defending the title against Nat Castle. Lucha Man Fantana will be defending the Honor Championship against the Alberta Clipper Chevron. And then we're going to see the IHW Heavyweight Championship match. Chip Chambers versus TNA star Cody Deaner. I think this is a stacked card. I haven't been to an IHW show in like forever, but I might go to. Maybe not. I'm not sure, but yeah. Probably go to the one in Bucktooth, hopefully, but I'm not sure. But yeah. Then we're gonna see the Daybirds Championship Wrestling Beach Party 3 back at the Parkside Pub and Smokehouse down in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. That was mostly the events for June 26th. I've actually had their ribs at the Parkside Pub and Smokehouse. They were really good ribs, and it's really good stuff there. Smoked ribs, and it's super good. But for June 27th, we got a crap ton of shows. We got North Pro Canadian Wrestling Roadway back at the Area 506 Container Village in St. John, New Brunswick. We're going to see the North Pro Northern Star Championship match. Alex Robbins versus Dawson James. The Slaughterhouse Maifa versus Oni Bjornsson, back again with that feud since Threat Level Red when Maifa made his debut. Ricky Mortis will be taking on Shannon Lavengi versus Omar Lacasa versus Patrick Wheatman. Wheaton. I don't know. Wheatman. Yeah. And then we're going to see the undisputed North Pro champion, the kid Rudy Lockhart, in action. I'm sure he's going to have a match. A title match. Then for the main event, we're going to see the Highlight Heathens, Pro Wrestling Ontario Trios champions. The Highlight Heathens defend the Trios championships against the Shadow Agency. Pete LeBlanc, Ryan McGrath, and the Mauler, James Manning, in a freaking St. John street fight match. Now, how freaking brutal is this going to be with the Mauler, James Manning, mauling the shit out of freaking Hollywood Cole and Chip Chambers and freaking Ethan Knight? Holy shit. I think this is going to be another good match. And then on that same night, Capital City Wrestling, New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association will have the Shredderton 2 back in the Tannery in Fredericton, New Brunswick. We're going to see the new NBWA Tag Team Champions, Money Talks, NBWA River Valley Champion, Chevron. We're going to see the NBWA Heavyweight Champion, Weldon Wick Owens. We're going to see the Real Deal Heroes. We're going to see Stormy Hale, the undisputed NBWA Women's Champion, Salem Wilder. We're going to see Patrick O'Neal, Oscar Ironside, Big Dan McCullough, and many more. And then we're going to see Kaizen Pro Wrestling. Our market research shows that fans really like long show names, so we made the show name. The show had the absolute longest show name. It's funny, dude. I like that. It's pretty cool. Funny thing, because most people like having like long names, not too long names. Some of them have like short names, but yeah. So we're gonna see Ryan Schimmel versus Joey White. We're gonna see Pin Pal's return, James Ryder and Bobby Boyette. Sweet Talk. I think it's Sydney Sweetie and some other guy. I don't know. Then we're going to see the new Kaizen champion, Sebi, defend the Kaizen championship against Justine Ward. Then we're going to see Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling presents LMC, where we're going to, which is going to be in Stewiacke, Nova Scotia, Stewiacke Fire Department and Community Center in Stewiacke, Nova Scotia. We're going to see CGBW Ultra Violent Champion, the Bully Matt Bullen, the CGBW Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Deuce Harlem, CGBW owner Joe Dunlap, the Donaire Beast Corey Good, the Preacher Alfredo Dragon, Nick Teeth, Highway Heat, Sidewalk Sam, and X-Ray Cal Cruz, Teen Pro Wrestlers, the Crimson Kid versus Christian Hex, plus Triple Crown Champion, X-Rated Steve Arsenault, and a lot more. Then we got United Wrestling Shifting Gears in Kentville, Nova Scotia, as a part of like something in a little bike group or something, I think. We're going to see Karma Rain, Bad Bad Howard, Shizenko, Sierra Stone, Ryan Riggs, and Robin McAllister, who is a former, who is a WWE alumni, and who is seen on Oak Island, The Curse of Oak Island, I think. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That was it for the events for the June 27th. Now for the 28th, we got Mayhem in Minto 6, which is at the Minto Centennial Arena in Minto, New Brunswick. We're going to see the NBWA Tag Team Champions, Money Talks, NBWA River Valley Champion, Chevron, undisputed NBWA Women's Champion, Salem Wilder, Ace Dynasty, Aspire Hunter Sampson, Stormy Hill, Scotty Crew. Well, we already got this Scotty Crew and Stormy Hill versus Spike SD and Salem Wilder. Next match, Nick Strong, Larry Horowitz, The Real Deal Heroes, Big Dan McCullough, and NBWA Heavyweight Champion Rugged Rick Owens, Matt Strong, Patrick O'Neill, and Oscar Ironside. And then that was it for that. And then for July 1st, which is Canada Day, which will be a lot of big shows. We got 2 shows, Canada Day Clash 2, Belle Isle Regional High School in Belle Isle, New Brunswick. They're going to be having their wrestling show back. It's free admission. We're going to see NBWA, well, the same champions from the CCW and NBWA, of course. But, yeah. So, they're going to be back. It's free admission as well, so that's good. We're also going to have, like, Wrestling in Windsor. We'll be having their Canada Day Carnage, where we're going to see Wesley Pipes, Ricky Mortis, Anthony Deuce Harlem, the No Borders Wrestling International Champion Cody Uno Ocho, X-Ray Kyle Cruz, and much more. Giant Orion actually is going to be returning, yeah. And then we're going to see, also, that was it, but for July, I think for July 2nd, July 2nd, we're going to see Lip Prestige Wrestling Brawl at Omaha, a part of the Salmon Festival in Campbellton, the Campbellton Salmon Festival, so that's pretty cool. We're going to see the New Breed Wrestling, not New Breed, fuck me, dude. Excuse my language, but the Look Prestige Wrestling friggin' championship match, Big Bad LG, Logan Green versus Patrick O'Neill, and mostly some of the same guys, some of the same talent from Lip Prestige Wrestling, as usual. Then for July 4th, we're going to see Island Pro Wrestling Game Over at the Credit Union Place in Summerside, Prince Edward Island. For the VIP, we're going to see Ryan Denham take on the Mauler James Manning in a bull rope match. Then we're going to see Ronnie Payne take on Stormy Hill for the VIP match, which I forgot to write down there because I was distracted, but oh well. Then for the main card, we're going to see Jason Boa versus Ricky Mortis versus the veteran Jack Vaughn in a triple threat match. I think this is a big freaking name, especially Jack Vaughn is a really big name in the independent wrestling scene, especially for IPW, Island Pro Wrestling, to do something like that, to bring a big name like that to the Maritime. That's going to be awesome. Then we're going to see the IPW PEI Championship match. Port City's finest, Caden, take on Rugged Rick Owens. Then we're going to see the tag team match, AWOL, Acadians Without Limits versus Revelation, which is Demonic and Famine. Then we're going to see Star Child versus Daniel Wall. And then we're going to see Caden's My Time segment with the veteran Jack Vaughn. It's going to be another great. Then we're going to see the IPW World Heavyweight Championship match. I think that's going to be the main event. Ryan Schimmel, who won the Island Rumble at Game On, he's going to be taking on the Real, the Raw, the International Draw, the IPW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, it gets a draw. For the main event, doors open at 4. Well, I don't know. I think the show starts at 4:30, or the doors open. I'm not sure, but yeah, the show would also be live streamed on the IPW Island Pro Wrestling YouTube channel, so check that out. Then for that, we're gonna see Superstar of the Wrestling Bash at the Boardwalk, where we're gonna see one big freaking name that's gonna be coming. And it's the matches that are on the card for Super Bash at the Boardwalk is AIWF Canadian Heavyweight Championship title match, where we're going to see Wesley Pipes defend the title against former WWE star Al Snow. How freaking big is that? Especially for a big name like Al Snow. He's been to other big places, like he wrestles down in Noble Champion Grounds, down in Leamington, Ontario. Super cool to bring a big name like that up to St. John, New Brunswick, especially. Then we got the Superstar of the Wrestling Cruiserweight title triple threat ladder match, where we're going to have the Bloodfeather Dry Sterling versus Alex Robbins versus Hollywood Cool. I think this match is going to be good. I have a lot of respect for Hollywood Cool. I have a lot of respect for Alex Robbins and Dry Sterling. Will we see Dry Sterling take the title, take the Cruiserweight Championship, or will Hollywood Cool take the friggin' championship? Or will we see Robbins successfully defend that title in the ladder match? Then we're going to see the Slaughterhouse. It's going to be the Superstar of the Wrestling Heavyweight Championship match, where we're going to see the Slaughterhouse, Mayafa, versus the Ace of Maritime Wrestling, Dick Jordan. Then it will also at the show will also be an after party with the Superstars of Wrestling roster, and including Al Snow as well, former WWE star Al Snow. It's pretty cool. Next event will feature former WWE star, but he's also a tag team champion in not former Major League Wrestling tag team champion Donovan Dijak, which I think is a very, very big name, another big name to bring in the Maritimes, especially St. John. It's super cool what Superstars of Wrestling is doing here. It's really awesome. Especially they already brought in Rhino, the main beast Rhino, and the masterpiece Chris Masters, and dang, it's super freaking cool. Show start. It's free entry, so the show starts at 6 p.m. So if you're around the St. John area, go on down to the Boardwalk and watch some great wrestling. It'll be good. Then we're gonna see the UCW Summer Explosion where we're gonna see like TNA star Mustafa Ali issued a open challenge for the TNA International Championship. We're gonna see the new UCW Atlantic Canadian champion. Well, he's not new, but like Dayton Cameron will be there to defend that belt. UCW Heavyweight Champion Chip Chambers, UCW Tag Team Champions the Hollywood Heathens, Jonathan Cross, Lincoln Steen, Dead End Dawson James, Johnny DeLuca, El Reverso, Rudy Lockhart, and then for the VIP, well, I forgot to say this, but for the VIP, we're going to see GP Sims with Mr. David A. Boyce versus Shannon Decker in a steel cage match. And then for the other Daybos Championship Wrestling show, we're going to see Supercard 5. Got the lots of big matches. Maritime Heavyweight Championship match where we're going to see JP Sims defend the Maritime Heavyweight Championship against Dead End Dawson James. We're going to see the Ace of Maritime Wrestling, Dick Durning, take on Mr. Electric, Johnny DeLuca. We're going to see the IGW Women's Championship being defended in Dayboys Championship Wrestling. Ronnie Payne will be defending the belt against Stormy Hill at Supercard 5. Then we're going to see the UCW Heavyweight Championship also going to be defended in Dayboys Championship Wrestling in a scramble match. We're going to see Jonathan Cross versus Lincoln Steen versus Chip Chambers versus Bryce Sterling versus Bud Key. Then we're going to see the Madison Miles versus Mr. David A. Boyce in a Spring Hill street fight match. And that's going to be interesting. Hollywood Heathens will be taking on Reverso in a mystery tag team partner. And yeah, that was mostly about it. So, this is a stacked card for the summer. I've got a lot of bigger IHW shows, especially IHW La Grande Val in Bactouche. I got one in Petit Rocher, and one in St. Andrews, one in St. Martin's. No, in St. Martin's. And a lot more shows I forgot to put on for my notes, but that concludes this week's episode. I would like to say thank you for tuning in to episode 55 of the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to go check out the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Links are down in the description. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. Turn on the notification for when more episodes come out on the podcast YouTube channel. Smash that subscribe button for all things Maritime Wrestling. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. New episodes come out every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Atlantic Time. That is 8 p.m. Atlantic Time. So make sure to join me each week to listen to my recaps on the wrestling shows and talk about the matches that went on at the wrestling shows, going on with the feuds and the title changes and so much more. We also have the brand new promo of the week segment on the weekly show, where I preview promo videos from the wrestlers, where I talk about the story behind the promo video with the feuds and the matches and the whole other stuff that leads up to their upcoming matches in the promo video. And I also give you the scoop on previews on the upcoming events that I preview, so you don't ever miss a thing. And I'm also here to sit down and chat with all of your favorite Maritime wrestlers and personnel in the Maritime wrestling scene. You can find me and the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget to hit that like button, turn on your notifications for when more episodes come out on the podcast, and smash that subscribe button for more news in the Maritime wrestling scene. And thank you all for your continued support on the podcast and for supporting Maritime Wrestling.